Hello friends, bigstupidgrin here, and today is the final chapter of the Skids O'Toole Return to the Gathering playthrough. Super big warning here, very minor spoilers for the Consternation at the Constellation Mythos Busters scenario, as we did that scenario last time, and we got some cards and some effects because of that. So you have been warned. If you don't want to be spoiled at all in any little detail with the Consternation at the Constellation, skip this video now. Okay, so last time we did halt the ritual at sea, saving the Constellation. And because of that, we got to add a +1 token to the Chaos Bag and the Legrasse Ally. Now, the Grass Ally isn't too important for us, but isn't too bad. Cost 3, has a bunch of icons, 2 intellect, 1 fight, 1 wild, has 2 health, 2 sanity. We have an additional accessory and additional hand slot to only hold relic assets. We have the Enchanted Blade. I think that's it, unless the Ornate Bow is also a relic. I don't know off the top of my head. The nice part is a reaction after a cultist enemy at your location is defeated. You can exhaust him to discover a clue at your location or gain 2 resources. So that is nice. While we are here, taking a look at the upgrade, this is the final deck list. I replaced the unupgraded, the level 0 B-Cop with Lola Santiago. And again, this splits the deck into kind of 2 different modes. The B-Cop and Automatic, or B-Cop and Enchanted Blade with Lockpicks mode, or the Ornate Bow with Lola Santiago and stuff like Intel Report to try to pick up clues in that way. So they kind of have 2 different flavors of approaches. So that'll be interesting to see if those work well together or not at all. Let's go ahead and take a look at the setup before we dive into the story. So, a couple things. Because we had 3 cultists got away during the Midnight Masks, we have to put 2 Doom on the first agenda, which only has a 4 threshold, so we're going to be tripping that pretty soon. Because we didn't kill him, the Ghoul Priest goes back into the encounter deck. And then we have 4 additional sets of encounter cards that we need to randomize. I just have a die here going from 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we landed on 3. So these cards will join us. These cards will just set aside. And our final little thing here, we have 10 Arkham Woods locations. Thanks to it being a return to scenario, we've got 4 additional Arkham Woods locations for a total of 10 possibilities. And we just need to shuffle these up, deal 4 out. Hopefully we get some new ones. And I think I'm going to make my map a little more compact. These 2 can be discarded out of play. We also need to remember, after we set the Umerdoth enemy aside, flip this card over and attach it to Umerdoth. Let's go ahead and do that now, just so I don't forget about it. So don't look at that guy if you don't want to get spoiled. I won't zoom into that at the moment. Anything else before we get started? I think that is just about it. We start the main path, and we will have some other woods locations to look at. Let's go ahead and dive into the story and then get started. Part 3, The Devourer Below. After a frantic nighttime search throughout Arkham, you have tracked down and questioned several members of the cult. Your findings are disturbing. They claim to worship a being known as Umerdoth, a monstrous entity from another realm. You are able to confirm much of Lita's story. The cult is agitated over the destruction of a ghoul lair. However, a surprising detail also turns up. The one who invaded the lair and set the night's events in motion was none other than Lita Chancellor herself. You are not sure why this important detail was omitted from Lita's story? Did she tell you only as much as was necessary to draw you into her conflict? But in another light, she seems to be fighting to protect the city of Arkham from a terrible menace. The final piece of the puzzle was found written in a journal possessed by one of the cultists. It describes a dark ritual to be performed deep within the woods south of Arkham this very night. According to the journal, the ritual's completion will open a gate and bring forth the cult's dark master into this world. If the cult is not stopped, Lita warns, there is a possibility that Umradoth's vengeance will consume all in its path. Frightened but determined to stop the ritual, you head into the woods. Oh, also, we do need to add an Elder Thing token. I'm not sure if I did already. I probably did already. Let's see. Need to add this one. I think I did. It's a 17 token chaos bag, so I'm sure I did. I just forgot to do it in front of you guys, so that's unfortunate. Anyway, taking a look at the Act deck, Act 1A, Investigating the Trail. The evidence you've gathered has led you to the woods south of Arkham, where you believe a ritual to summon a being called Umradoth is about to take place. Steeling your resolve, you set forth deeper into the woods, hoping to find the site of this ritual. Agenda 1A, the Arkham Woods. From interrogating members of the conspiracy within Arkham, you've learned that they are performing a rite of vengeance in response to the destruction of one of their master's lairs. You have entered the woods outside Arkham to try to stop them. The woods seem unnaturally cold and filled with a deathly silence. That has 4 threshold, but we already have 2 doom because we didn't quite knock it out of the park during the Midnight Masks. Anyway, let's go ahead and draw opening hands and get started. So, Lockpicks and Hallowed Mirror are both very good. Elusive maybe later. Diamond Blast is okay, but I'm going to keep these 2 cards. I think those are the principal cards that we need to keep. Hopefully we can draw a weapon and or an ally. And we have an ally. No weapon yet. But at least Skids has some amount of evasion, so hopefully we'll be okay. Won't be able to afford all of these goodies, which is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and reveal our location. Main path. Hangman's Brook separates Uptown from the woods south of Arkham. Passing over the small bridge, you follow the main path deeper into the forest. It has a Shroud of 2, no clues. Main path is connected to each other woods location, and we can resign. There's nothing we can do to stop them. You flee the woods, leaving Arkham to its grisly fate. Well, we won't be doing that. So we're going to need to explore the woods, obviously, to get our clues in order. What do we want to do first? So we could play Beat Cop. It is the upgraded variety, so I could deal some damage. 1 damage at a time is probably not going to do much, but we'll be fighting at a 4. We could Vicious Blow if we really have to. The problem is running out of resources, so we can't play Lockpicks, so that our ability to take clues isn't fantastic. We can't do both this turn, so if we want to be slow, we could take Beat Cop, we could take a couple of resources, and then play Lockpicks next turn. That doesn't feel perfect either, but I think that's what we're going to have to do. It would be nice to have a weapon, but is what it is. So go down here. Then I'm just going to grab a couple of resources. I could grab a resource and move. I suppose I can move and then grab a resource. You want to do the thing that gives you information first. So the worst thing that could happen is I move someplace and it spawns an enemy on me. Hopefully that's not what it does. Arkham Woods. Growing up, you were always warned to stay out of the woods at night. Now you know why. This is a big old shroud of 4. 1 clue per investigator. After you enter this location test, willpower 4. Awesome. If you fail, take damage and a horror. This clearing has been the site of dark rites since colonists first came to the area over 2 centuries ago. Alright, lovely. So we have to test willpower 4. Not much we can do about it. It's basically if we draw the elder sign, we win. It's not the elder sign. I think I'll take the damage and I'll let the B-Cop take the horror. Since the B-Cop's health is also its resource to deal damage, I don't want to give it damage. So take a resource and be done with the turn. And we will draw an automatic. Very nice. I have to remember not to click the resource button too many times. We're playing as Skids, not as Jenny. Kind of felt bad that I bricked such a rule in the league game. The errated locations. That happens, still makes you feel kind of annoyed at yourself for doing it. Anyway. You flip the turn. Yep. Turn 2. 3 Doom. And that looks like trouble. Relentless Dark Young. Prey, lowest agility. Well, it doesn't matter, there's only one of us here. 4 fight, 5 health, and 2 agility. At the end of the round, heal 2 damage from Relentless Dark Young. It does 2 damage and 1 horror. Well, change of plans. We're going to need to simply run from this enemy and then leave the area. And we won't be able to get any clues off of here, but unless we want to drop intel report, but I don't know if I want to do that necessarily. We need 3 clues though. We can't go back here. Well, none of this matters if we don't evade this guy, so I'm +2. Alright, so that's an evasion. I do think I am going to grab the clue left behind. It kind of messes up our lockpicks and our 45 automatic. We could just fight things if we gave ourselves resources. At the same time, I'm sure we'll find clues somewhere else. So now the question becomes, do we play the automatic first or the lockpicks first? Let's do the easy thing first. Let's move here. This is not a hunter, so we don't have to worry about it again, which is nice. I probably want to stay here at the main path. Actually, let's just play our lockpicks. That can be our turn. We will ready the Dark Young. Again, no hunter, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll draw Hot Streak, which would have been nice in our opening hand, but eventually that'll help us out. Unfortunately, we are already done with the first agenda. Throughout the woods, a shrieking cry echoes. From somewhere deeper in the forest, a score of hideous voices answer the call, inhuman as the baying of hounds and yet articulate, repeating a singular name. Umordoth, Umordoth, Umordoth. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards from the top until a monster enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy at the main path. Lovely. Then place a doom on that enemy. Also lovely. So let's see what we get. It's not a monster. We need a monster, not just a random cultist. Yeah, it's too bad. Well, that's probably the least damaging of them. I assume we need to shuffle these back in. Nope. These all go here. Fair enough, there are a couple of bad cards in there, so happy to see them go. We'd have to place a Doom on this enemy. Basically, we're probably going to want to have to kill this guy, which is going to be rough because we did not grab a weapon. We chose to get lockpicks instead. But now we have Agenda 2A, the ritual begins. Umar-Doth, Umar-Doth, Umar-Doth. The chanting builds in intensity, echoing into the cold air of the night. The sparse clouds in the sky coalesce above the Arkham woods, blotting out the faint light of the stars. Each enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade. It gets better. Umar-Doth's Wrath. Test Willpower 5. For each point you fail by, you must either choose and discard a card from your hand, or take a damage in horror. Well, this can't go any worse. -1. That's failing by 4 now. Okay. Well, what can we even afford to lose here? I can't take 4 damage and 4 horror. Let's get rid of Intel Report. So that's one of it. We take 3 damage and 3 horror right now. I think that's how I have to play it. Oof. This could be a very, very short scenario, and then I need to decide if I'm going to just call that the end of the story or not. Well, +1 fight, +1 evade. I think we have to try to punch this thing, unfortunately. We're going to take another horror when this thing dies. That's special. So we have a fight of 5. Makes the Vicious Blow and B-Cop against 4. So we're +1. +1 is... Okay, beats the skulls. That's about it as far as bad tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 18. 10 out of 18. There's nothing else we can grab to help us. We could try to evade and go to another path and regroup. There's 2 agendas left. I wonder what the threshold is on the next one. I suppose I could look, but it's kind of spoiling, and it's been so long since I played this scenario, much less never played the Return to scenario, that I try to make this blind. Alright, so I guess we'll be +1. If we hit, we can kill with the Beat Cop. And then try to survive. It says Hunter, so we have to kill it eventually anyway. Alright, +1. Well, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to evade now. And we'll be +1 for that too. Okay. So at least that worked. And we are GTFOing to this woods. This location is investigated using fight instead of the skill indicated by the investigation attempt. An old horse trail back in colonial days, this overgrown path hasn't been used in over a decade. Well, that's our turn, so we can't even use lockpicks on it. This is a laughably bad start. Can't even be mad. I'm just impressed. Goat spawn readies. We get another Doom. Turn 4. 4 doom left on the threshold. Cultists, for this empty location, after you spawn Disciple of the Devourer, you must either place a doom on it or place one of your clues on its location. If the current agenda is not Agenda 1, do both instead. Well, I can't do both. So this just gets a doom. Or the location. No, doom goes on him. Alright, so what can we do? We can play Hallowed Mirror. Use it to heal a bit of damage and horror. You grab 2 resources, play the automatic, and just take a hit from the goat spawn. How much damage is the old goat spawn going to do to us? Just 1. It's not too bad. We have to be able to fight back. It's kind of important to be able to fight back. So action, take resource, take resource. Grab our automatic, and then we're going to get hit again. I guess it's annoying to have to put it on B-Cop, so I won't. Let's go to 5 damage. And that's the turn. Go to 1 resource. Steadfast, that's cute. We have 3, 2. we barely get 1 extra icon with Steadfast. That's a bad sign. Turn 5 and 2 doom. Grave Eater. Forced after Grave Eater attacks you, discard a card at random from your hand. Lovely. And it's 3 fight, 3 evade. Keep forgetting how bad this is. 1 fight, 1 evade. Okay, so not health. I don't know if that's going to help us at all, but let's start killing things, I guess. Fight with the automatic. That puts us at a 5 again against the goat spawn. Yeah. 5 against 4. I guess we can use Steadfast, but the way this scenario is going, I might need it to save myself against a willpower check. At the same time, we really need to be clutch and kill this thing, so we'll be a 7. 7 against 4. Alright, so that's a hit. So, gets 2 damage. B-Cop will do his thing. We have to take a horror. B-Cop could take the horror and die. That's probably what we're going to have to do. So, B-Cop will go away. Goat spawn will go away. The Doom will go away, which is nice. Alright, second action. Fight this guy. We're a 3, 4, 5 against 2. Okay, instead. So that's good. And then figure out what we need to do with this location. I can't skip all the clues. I'm gonna have to grab this. We're +1 with fight, so let's be +1 with fight then. I could drop on the lamb. Be +2. That's pretty aggressive. And I might need it. I might need it to get us out of a pickle. So I'll just investigate a 3 against 2. And it's what, -1 now? -1. I don't know if I failed a... Did I fail a skill check? I don't know if I did. I don't know. The way it is going so far, I would be okay with cheating once. And upkeep, we get a steadfast, which is okay. 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 with the Disciple. Chill from Below. Test Willpower 3, our favorite skill. For each card you cannot discard, take a damage. So I guess we'll... So our -1. The worst thing... Yeah, I'd rather use... Let's use Steadfast now. That makes us a 2, 3, 4. Because we have 3 health and 2 sanity, that's 5. So that gives us 2 icons, so we're 4 against 3. -2, we lose one of these cards. There's only one card I really don't care about, and that's our signature card, which is a good sign. Here goes Hallowed Mirror. That's not good. And that was it. So, do we even want to go back to the main path? We need to get, yeah. We gotta kill this guy. Okay, so move once, move twice to this version of the woods. When you move out of this location, test Intellect 3. If you fail, cancel the move. Lovely. So that was 2 actions. Our last action, we will fight. Guy just does a damage. We are a 3, 4, or +1. Okay, got kind of lucky there. And that's our turn. Alright, so we have the makings of a comeback now. I don't know if we have enough time, so I could get Hot Streak going, get well connected, get my stats up. I just don't know if we have the time to do it. Again, it's been a while since I played this scenario. Years since I played this scenario. No. Well, that's not going to help. That is the Ghoul Priest. So it is a 5, 5, 5, thanks to the agenda. Yeah, that's probably game. Non-elite enemies, so I can't even on the lam this guy. We would have to somehow evade, move to the main path, even though this guy has Hunter Retaliate. If we fight at even and miss, we die anyway. I guess incoming 3 attempts to evade at even. We can use on the lam to be +3. Either way, we're boned. We only have 2 damage left in the gun. Let's, I guess, evade. So we're a 7 against 7 against 4. We're up 3. Monster enemies in play. That's 2. Okay. So we have evaded yet another enemy. The problem is this one hunts. Oh wait, I can't even move out. Because we're on this path, right? Yeah. We have to test Intellect 3 to even move out. I mean, it doesn't matter what I do at this point. Let's try to move out at even. No, it didn't work. Move away at even. Nope. So Ghoul Priest goes back on to us. We'll draw a card. Our ally. One of them. But now it's time for Doom to roll over again. Of course. Test Willpower 6. A dark presence approaches and you are assaulted by invisible pressures that bring you to your knees. A terrible force threatens to invade your mind and soul. Your throat clenches and your eyes water as the sensation burns through you. Must test Willpower 6. Good luck, Skids. Each investigator who fails must search the collection for a random basic madness weakness and add it to his or her hand. Hopefully we can do that. Either way, there's no way we can win this. Even if I even have enough. Well, I suppose I have 2 willpower icons in here. And I could get the Elder Sign, but that's not good use of resources. Of course we got the Elder Sign, why wouldn't we? Alright, where is our madness weaknesses? Well, 35 weaknesses. So anything that says madness, we need to take out. I don't know, well, I guess the new weaknesses are all multiplayer, so I don't know if you want to be spoiled or care about Dream Eater spoilers, so I'll try not to look at those too hard. I think that's everything. And we get Hypochondria. Take 1 more damage, take a direct horror. Then, when this agenda advances. So, Agenda 3A, Vengeance Awaits. The world begins to shift and change as the ritual nears its conclusion. The air grows chilly, and the entire forest is covered in a layer of rime. The trees bend unnaturally, and their shadows lengthen into weird shapes. Forced when this agenda advances, if the investigators Act 1, put the set-aside ritual site in play and spawn Umradoth there. If we are at Act 2 or 3, discard all enemies at the ritual site and spawn the set-aside Umradoth there. Let's draw a card. Ancient Evils. So there's another Doom. The problem is the same. We have the Ghoul Priest. We don't really have much of a way to kill it. I guess let's just put ourselves out of our misery. We have to kill this eventually anyway. We're even. Amazingly enough, that didn't work. So we take 2 damage, 2 horror. We are insane. And that is the end of the story. So I think I'm definitely going to post this. And you guys can decide if I should take another stab at it. But, wow, we were not in this at all. And I don't know how much of that was preventable or not. That was all willpower checks. Willpower checks and giant enemies we weren't ready for. So, I don't know. I think this scenario had a reputation for being especially punishing. And again, the last time I played this scenario, I was either playing with my wife. Yeah, I think I was playing with my wife because I remember how we won that. Obviously, we aren't winning now. So let me know. I could very easily put this campaign to bed, talk about skids and all that good stuff, and then move on. I have a particular investigator I want to try to run solo. So anyway, I'm bigstupidgrin. Everything has gone to heck, gone to hell. And well, until next time, have a good one.